Guys, what's going on? I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys are staying safe. I hope everything's good wherever you are. So guys, before we get into the video, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, share the videos if you haven't done already. Really appreciate everyone supporting the channel, as you guys are aware. But guys, I want to get straight into this video. Guys, yesterday, obviously, Gervonta Davis fought Isaac Cruz, and you know, the internet people, fans, love to give their opinion. They love to, you know, praise a guy sometimes a bit too much after a performance. I feel like boxing fans are very reactionary. They'll see a performance and they'll start calling some guy a hype job, or they'll start calling him a killer after one or two, after just seeing a performance, when actually the be all and end all about boxing is styles make fights. So when you think about it, it's not necessarily, oh, this guy's that great or that guy. Styles make fights. Obviously, there's certain fighters that are exceptional, like a Crawford, Canelo, that are able to adapt to different situations. But generally, when you look at world-class fighters fighting each other, styles make fights at the top level. And yesterday, I feel like Gervonta Davis came up against somebody that actually stylistically was difficult for him. Also, Gervonta Davis was obviously injured. He had injured his hand, so he wasn't really able to let, you know, the shots go the way he wanted to, because it probably was hurting him. But that aside, styles make fights, and I'm very big on that. Styles do make fights. A lot of people seem to think that now, after that performance, that Tank would get beat by Haney, Tank would get beat by Ryan Garcia. If Tank is 100% against those guys, I haven't beaten Ryan Garcia. You know, one of my subscribers, Eastloss, who says that Ryan Garcia will beat Gervonta Davis. Let me put this out there. Firstly, Ryan Garcia, I know he's come out and he's had a go at Gervonta, saying Gervonta gets away with fighting C-level fighters. And he almost got beat. The point I'm trying to make, Ryan Garcia is not fighting former world champions, or he's fighting great fighters either. He's also fighting guys that are probably even less, if not, you know, who has Ryan Garcia really fought as good as Isaac Cruz? Maybe Luke Campbell. But if, you know, yeah, Luke Campbell, he's never been a world champion, a good fighter, you know, but really, when you think about it, Ryan Garcia's not really been in there with top tier opponents, apart from Campbell, and even Campbell hurt him and put him down. I don't think people realize that, you know, that Campbell fight could have easily Campbell could have easily won that if he believed in himself a little bit more. So in boxing, styles make fights. Boxing's not about, you know, this guy's giving that guy a tough fight, so all of a sudden he's a hype job, and when he fights that guy's going to bang him out. Because when Ryan Garcia fought Luke Campbell, everybody was saying the same about Ryan Garcia, that, oh, he's been knocked down, what would Tank do? And sometimes when you see Tank have I wouldn't say poor performance, but a performance that we expect much better from him, fans start saying, oh, Garcia's going to win it. But that styles make fights. For me, I've always said this, Gervonta Davis knocks Ryan Garcia out. And the reason why I'm saying that, I've got my reasons for that. Ryan Garcia is tall and he is long, but Ryan Garcia is very green. He lets a lot of shots go. I don't believe he's got the power to hurt Tank. I think Tank's got a very good chin. He's very solid. But I believe that if Gervonta Davis connects one on Ryan Garcia, I think Ryan Garcia is going to get knocked out. I think he's going to get knocked out, because I think Gervonta Davis is a very vicious guy. And Gervonta Davis has shown he's got a good chin. Isaac Cruz is a really tough guy. And if you put Isaac Cruz in there with Ryan Garcia, styles make fights. Maybe Ryan Garcia will blow through him. I don't think so, because Isaac Cruz is tough. And Ryan Garcia, although he got up from the Luke Campbell knockdown, Luke Campbell, for me, he hasn't got that killer instinct. There's a lot of fighters like Gervonta who have got killer instinct. So if Gervonta gets Garcia in that position, you know, Tank will finish him off, because Tank's got killer instinct. Tank's a great finisher. This is why I don't think people stylistically don't look at a fight. You need to look at a fight stylistically. Stylistically, Tank is a very, very, very dangerous fight for Ryan Garcia. Very, very dangerous fight, especially when you look at the fight. If Tank gets on the inside, those uppercuts, those left hands, they could be a serious problem for Ryan Garcia. And I'm not just saying this because, you know, I like Tank or I like Ryan Garcia. No, I'm saying this, breaking it down stylistically. Same with Haney. Haney's a bit more crafty and he's a little bit more skilled than Garcia. Garcia's a little bit more wild, a little bit more, you know, he's fast of hands, but hasn't got the greatest feet, and he can be hurt. So and he's green, and he's not really been very active, if we're honest about it. Floyd Mayweather said that Ryan Garcia has got a lot of his followers from YouTube, hanging out with YouTubers, and Gervonta Davis has got his followers from actually winning fights. That might be true to somewhat extent, but at the end of the day, the whole scheme of things, it doesn't really matter. I'll tell you why. Because at the end of the day, Ryan Garcia is a superstar because of his other things he does outside the ring. That's great. That's great, because at the end of the day, when Ryan Garcia fights, that increases his purse, that makes him a bigger star, and the negotiation table, he has more say. So personally, I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't think him having a lot of followers because he's hanging around with YouTubers, it's not exactly a bad thing, is it? Because it's only going to make more interest in when he fights. So I don't agree with that. And Floyd was big on that. You know, Floyd had a big following on social media, and that helped him promote his fights. That helped him do big pay-per-view numbers. So Ryan Garcia, obviously Ryan Garcia doesn't have, at this point, he doesn't have the fighting ability of a Mayweather. So we don't know whether Ryan Garcia is going to be able to be as good as Mayweather, but he's definitely got a following. He's definitely got a fan base. So he's definitely, if he can cut it at top level, he's going to get far, in my opinion. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see how how Ryan Garcia looks in his comeback, because Leonard was saying that I think Gervonta Davis and his team are up for that fight. I personally think that Ryan Garcia and his team aren't so much up for that fight, because I think they deep down know that's a dangerous fight. Whereas I think Gervonta and his team want that fight, because I think they're quite confident they beat Ryan Garcia. Whereas I don't know whether Ryan Garcia, although Ryan Garcia on social media says, yeah, this, that, and the other, I'm not sure his team, Golden Boy, are that confident that he beats Gervonta Davis. And listen, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, you may say that they may be right, because Gervonta Davis he's a bad dude. He's a very good fighter. But that's just my take on it. If I'm totally honest, that's just my take on those two. I think Gervonta Davis stylistically may be all wrong for Ryan Garcia. I think it's a great fight, don't get me wrong. But personally, I would favor Gervonta Davis by knockout. And that's no knock on Ryan, because I think Ryan's a good fighter. I just think Ryan Garcia's been inactive. And I think stylistically, that fight favors Gervonta a lot more than it favors Ryan Garcia. And Ryan Garcia has shown more vulnerability. And he's been knocked down by Campbell. And Campbell wasn't, like I said, he's never been a world champion. He was a good fighter, and he's from the UK. But like I said, he lacks killer instinct. If he had more killer instinct, I think he probably would have knocked Ryan Garcia out. This isn't about me picking sides. This is just about me picking on what I've seen so far in their careers. Now, Ryan Garcia is bigger and taller than Tank. He could use that to his advantage, but I think he may be able to. I just don't think Ryan Garcia's got the power where he has got power, but I don't think he was going to knock Tank out. But I think if Tank hits him, it could be lights out, because I think Tank is a lot more powerful than Luke Campbell. He has a lot more explosive power. Also, when he gets you hurt, he's a great finisher. Campbell's not. Campbell's the type of guy where he's a lot more conservative. Good fighter, good boxer, but he's not really known for his power. Campbell's not known for his power. He's more of a boxer, Campbell. Olympic gold medalist. He's more of a boxer. He outboxes you. That's the type, Campbell's not really known for his power. If you watch his fights, Campbell's more known for boxing, his boxing ability, which he definitely has, but he was able to put Ryan Garcia down, and I don't really think Campbell's a big puncher at all, if I'm totally honest with you. And he hurt Garcia bad. That wasn't like it was a flash knockdown. That was a bad knockdown. Garcia was hurt badly. Like he even hit the canvas hard. He managed to recover, and fair play to him, and he managed to win the fight. And you've got to say he's got heart, and he was able to come back from adversity. But whether you can come back from adversity against a Gervonta Davis and a Luke Campbell is two different things altogether, because like I said, Luke Campbell isn't a great finisher like Gervonta. He doesn't have that killer instinct that Gervonta has. And what you got to realize is Gervonta's got a lot of heart. Yesterday he was injured. He fought Isaac Cruz, who's a beast, by the way, through injury, and he managed to get through and win the fight. So this is what I'm trying to say. I think a lot of you guys are overlooking on one, average performance by Tank, by his standards. I think you guys are overlooking what Tank possesses and the fact that Tank's got X factor, you know, and I think that would be a big problem. I think if you break the fight down stylistically, I think it's quite clear to see that Gervonta is the fighter that you'd have to favor, you know, but that doesn't necessarily mean you know, Ryan can't win. I just think that stylistically, I would favor Gervonta because of the things that I mentioned. I think Gervonta has the X factor in punch power. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I think would probably benefit him. But, you know, like I said, Ryan can fight as well. Ryan's a good fighter. You know, Ryan's not your average, he can fight. But I would favor Tank by knockout in that fight. I'd love to know your guys' opinions. I'd love to know what you guys think. How do you think that fight plays out? Who do you think wins that fight between Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia? I'd love to know your opinion, guys. Smash the like button. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, guys. And guys, remember to please like, share, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys. Take care.